Well, good morning and welcome to Winners Win Live. I'm Chris Coakley, president of Sureg365, and I just want to spend some time with you this morning talking about where we are and what we're excited about. We are in the 16th day of our pre-launch of Healing Nations with Vacations, and guys, there's such exciting things going on right now. I can't stand it. I mean, our numbers right now of people that are getting themselves positioned for the launch of our new company are absolutely exploding. We've got more people in position today in 16 days than we had all last month. So that just tells you how things are going and how excited people are. But before I go into any more detail, let me do a little housekeeping, because I want you guys to not miss anything during this pre-launch. You know, right now there's a competition to make sure that you get yourself a t-shirt and a hat during this pre-launch. And so, 10 in your team builder group will get you the t-shirt, and 10 personally positioned people will get you the hat. So make sure that you're running for that, because you want to make sure you have one of these commemorative items, because this is the only time you're going to get it. This pre-launch is the only time that you're going to have to get any of the paraphernalia that's involved with what we're doing in the pre-launch that we have. So those of you that are absolute champions and want to make sure you've got something you can always keep on the shelf about where it all started, when it all started, and how excited it was, you want to go out and make sure you win that. Another thing that you want to make sure you do is you want to make sure you win that trip to Bali, Indonesia with us. That contest is still going until the end of December. And so if you go out and get 70 points during this contest period, then we will cover your cost to go to Bali, Indonesia with us. If you get 140 points, then we'll cover the cost of you and a companion, meaning business partner and or spouse, to come with us to Bali, Indonesia. Guys, there's no more fun than traveling the world with people you know and people you care about and memories you make. And guys, we do this, and we really are going to absolutely ramp up how many times a year we do this, but we do this every year, and we take a group of people with us, and we just scratch places off our bucket list that we've always wanted to go and always wanted to do. I've never been to Bali, Indonesia, or anything in that area of the world, and so it was always on my list of something to do, and there's so many more places I want to go. Thailand and Japan and all these other places that are on my mind. And so we give you an opportunity to go for pennies on a dollar, but to win and go for free. And I don't know about you, but free is my favorite price point. If I can do something and I can win it and I can go for free, that is what I focus on, and that's where I put my attention, and I'm going. If it's free, if I can win it, I'm going to win it. I'm going to make sure I'm going. So you want to make sure you stay focused on getting your t-shirt, your hat, and make sure you win Bali to go with us on that trip in March of next year. We'll be leaving for a 9-day tour of Bali, Indonesia. It's going to be absolutely incredible. It includes almost everything. I mean, really, all you've got to do is bring money to shop and money to tip, and get to the East Coast or the West Coast and jump on the plane and head out there. It's going to be absolutely incredible. It's going to be unforgettable. And so you don't want to miss that opportunity to go with us there. It's going to be so exciting what's going on with Bali. And so we're really excited about that. I want to talk to you this morning because I know that 16 days in, what you've already done is contacted everybody that you've ever talked to about our business opportunity. And because they have an opportunity to position themselves for $99, you figure, hey, at this price, they're sure to get in. And some of them probably have. And some of them still haven't made any movement. And what I don't want you to do is spend this entire pre-launch for you to put your yourself in a position and help so many others put themselves in a position to have a cash holiday season, to earn the full $43,000 compensation that you can earn during this pre-launch period. And so you want to make sure that you don't spend all your time chasing the same people. You want to make sure that you're not still just going back to people who didn't get started or work with you because they didn't have the money or they thought it was too expensive. Hey, look, great. You got people out there that got a lot of questions, want to know what's launching, how it's pre-launching. All that's great. But right now, I'm running with the people that understand what opportunity is all about. You got to be running with the people who want to be in the right place at the right time, with the right company, with the right leadership. The people who are willing to take a chance. People that understand that at that price point. And I know, listen to me, guys, I'm not naive. I know that at $99, that's not a price point that's easy for everyone. I understand that. But again, business is also not for everyone. Sometimes we get caught in this mentality that our objective is that everybody, we got to put everybody in business. And how can you say $99 is a no-brainer? It should be a no-brainer. It should be a no question asking. It should be a price point that people just do without even thinking. If they're people who are out there making money, if they're people who have a job, if they're people who, let's face it, guys, we waste more money than we care to admit. If we add up how much we spend on eating lunch out instead of packing our own lunch, I bet you it comes to $99 a month. I bet you if we add up what some people spend on cigarettes, it comes to $99 a month. I bet if you add up what some people spend on Coca-Cola every day or soft drinks, it adds up to $99 a month. I bet if you take what people spend on cell phones or what people spend on the earbuds that go with it, or Dre Beats, or all these other little high-tech gadgets and toys, it adds up to $99 a month. What people spend going to happy hour after work to drink and eat with their friends adds up to $99 a month. Taking a family of four to the movies is more than $99 a month. Guys, I can go on and on and on, and if you think about it, the last time you spent $99 a month on something that didn't provide you no opportunity to succeed, no opportunity to win, definitely not an opportunity to make $43,000, I can say that that's a price point that should be a no-brainer. And if that's a difficult price point for you, if that's something you can't come up with, then this opportunity you might miss it this time around. I mean, that's going to happen for some people. I remember when I first got in business, it was about $99 for me to sign up 34 years ago with a company. And I didn't have it. I was a college student. I was 19 years old. I didn't have a job. I didn't have a checking account. $99 was monumental. And I remember calling my mom, and my mom going, I don't have it. My mom was working as a nurse, a single parent of 4 children, $99, and she was helping me in college. That was monumental. I remember those days. And I remember I had to swallow my pride. And I went to an aunt on my father's side that I really didn't know that well, because my father wasn't in my life for most of my life. My father left my life somewhere around 6 years old. Here I was now 19 going to an aunt I haven't seen since I was probably 5. But I wanted to win so bad I couldn't stand it. I wasn't going to let pride stand in my way. My mother said, you have an aunt lives right there near the college on your father's side. If you ask her, maybe she'll help you. And so I did. And she did. And she gave me the money to start my business. And man, I swallowed so much. I swallowed buckets of pride to ask her that. But I made sure I paid it 20-fold back. And I made sure I made it worth her investment. Because I took that money and I got started and I kicked butt from that point on, and I never looked back. And I made a promise to myself, I'll never be in a position where I've got to borrow money again, and I haven't. So you got to decide, are you at a point you want to change your life? And you got to give everybody that opportunity. See, stop just talking to people you know now, guys. It's time for you to go out and talk to everybody. those 10 new people are interested. You say, well, Chris, what do you say when it's a positioning, it's a pre-launch? Like, how do you talk to 10 people? What do you say to them? It's not very different than what you would say in any case, in any conversation you're in. At some point, you're going to say, by the way, you seem like a really sharp person. Are you the type of person that keeps your ear to the ground for opportunity? And if they say yes, say, I'm with a company that's launching a new concept, a new mission, a new why. And they're allowing people to position themselves and earn during this period of time $43,000. At the very least, you could have a cash Christmas. Wouldn't that be nice? Look, it's way too much to go into detail right now. But if you give me your name and number, I'll get in contact with you in the next 24 to 48 hours with more information. See, something along that line, guys. Take what we already talk about and just modify it and just find out if they're the type of person keep their ear to the ground. And companies allowing people to position themselves. And here's my name and number. How can I reach you? And I'll give you a call in the next 24 to 48 hours. What do you do in the next 24 to 48 hours? You go through the mobile app, you put their number in, and you send them the presentation that Scott Tomer did. Or send them the on-demand conference call so they can hear us talk about what positioning is all about. Send them the video of who are you following, or send them the video of Scott in a Ferrari. Send them something that gets them fired up and excited about this might be something I should position myself for. And when they find out positioning is only $99, man, they're going to jump at an opportunity to put themselves in position. But you need to be out there talking to people. Are you the type of person keep your ear to the ground for opportunity? I'm with a company that's launching a new concept, a new mission. And they're allowing people to position themselves right now to have a cash holiday season and make potentially $43,000 over the next 90 days. Does that sound like something you'd be interested in? Or do you know anybody that might be interested? Great, here's my name and number. How do I reach you? Give you a call in the next 24 to 48 hours with more information. Does that sound fair enough? See, guys, look. Say something, dadgummit. Say something. But you got an opportunity to share this with people and change your life. And not only that, change their life. You can't tell me 2020 wouldn't be an absolutely better year if you started it off with $43,000. You couldn't tell me it wouldn't be a better year if you started it off with $20,000 in an emergency fund that you can tap into for the rest of the year to do all the things you need to do to be successful and build your business. You can't tell me that that wouldn't be a heck of a way to start off with your New Year's resolution. See, I know it would. I know it would for anybody. But people aren't going to know about it unless you tell them. People aren't going to position themselves unless you tell them. And I know some of you are thinking right now, but what am I telling them? What am I explaining? Guys, don't forget we're in the people business. See, people make decisions emotionally. They support those decisions logically. People aren't looking for all the facts or the details. People are looking for how excited are you. People are looking for how much do you believe in what you're saying. People are looking at your tone of voice. They're looking at your physiology. They're looking at the way they don't care so much about what you're saying as they care about how you're saying it. People are looking to see if you mean what you say and say what you mean. That's what people are going to follow. That's what's going to get people to make decisions during a period like now, during the pre-launch. Not all the information you can come up with. What's going to get people excited is that you're excited. And excitement is contagious. So spread it. You got to be sold out to being at your peak during this pre-launch for you to position enough people to make a difference. And guys, it's not that tough. You've heard us say make $43,000. Some of you don't understand. Let me break that down for you. See, if you put 100 people in your team builder group, you qualify for the $10,000 bonus. If you do it within 100 days, you qualify for an additional $25,000 bonus. So during this pre-launch period, you can position people for $99. And when they activate, and the $25,000 bonus. So the first thing someone's got to do is you got to get into your team builder group. If you're not a team builder, then you've got to get in your team builder group. Team builder means you sponsor 3 personally, 6 total in your team. You're promoted to team builder. 6 people promoted to team builder. Only 3 have to be personal. Now that you're a team builder, everyone you sponsor from that point on counts towards your 100 people. Now you go, Chris, I don't even know 100 people. Where would I get 100 people from? You don't need to get 100 people. What you need to get is 20 people. You need to find 20 people that are absolutely fired up and excited about a chance to make $43,000. That's it. Not 200, not 100, not 50, 20. And you don't have to get all 20 of them yourself. Well, Chris, how does that work? Simple. Why don't you get 3? And sit down and show those 3 how they can become team builders so they can run for the 100. So those 3 will each get 6. So those 6 are all in your team builder group. So those 6 times 3 is 18 people in your team builder group. Out of those 18, how many of them want to run for the $43,000? Let's just say 10 out of the 18 want to run for the $43,000. So now that 10 each got to go get 6 to get positioned. So now you have 60 in your team builder group plus the original 18 that you had just gotten from the 3. So you're at 78 of the 100 you need in your team builder group. How many of those 60 are going to want to run for the $43,000? Let's just say 10 more. 10 more would get you 60 more. You're at 78. You'd be somewhere around 138 people. You would have qualified for the $43,000. What are those people going to do? The same thing you just did. See, it's not personal. It's in your team builder group. If you start off with 3 in your team builder who each put 6 in position and become team builders, and then you take those 6 and show them how, and you just keep teaching people how, you'll get it, and you'll help multiple families hit it. Now some of you say, Chris, I'm not in my first 100 days. I didn't just join, I've already been here. You could still qualify for the $10,000 bonus. And you add up your $7,000 bonuses you would get doing that and your overrides, you'd still make $18,000, $19,000 during this period of time. I don't know about you, but $19,000 isn't too shabby. I'd love to make $19,000 showing 2 or 3 people how to make $43,000. Guys, the compensation during this pre-launch is mind-blowing. And if you miss the opportunity to position yourself to get that, you totally don't understand what we're talking about. And that's just the compensation. Guys, some of you will put enough people in place just helping them get to 43 that if you help 3 or 4 or 5 people hit that, you're going to also have 500 people in your team and position yourself to become a director. Position yourself to be a director starting off the new year. Some of you level 1, some of you level 2 and get an executive car. I mean, there's so much that those of you who've been with us and have been loyal can achieve. And for those of you that are the next generation CEOs just getting involved, the sky is the limit. What you're going to be able to do and make happen when we launch this company. Guys, it is absolutely, time is going fast. And some of you are running like you can't believe it. Your numbers show it. Some of you still overthinking it and trying to wrap your brains around it. And now's not the time to overthink it. Now's the time to Forrest Gump it. Now's the time to go to work like you can't believe whether you understand it or not. See, I know that's hard for some of you to grasp, but think about Forrest Gump for a minute. Everything he did, whether he understood it or not, he did it at the highest possible level. See, when he decided that he was going to go in the military, he didn't understand. He didn't understand how he ended up in Vietnam. He didn't even understand what that war was about or who they were fighting. But when the fighting broke out and people started to get hurt, all he knew is he had to help his friend. His friend Bubba, who he spent all the time in the military with, talking about starting a shrimp boat business when they got out, got injured. And Forrest picked Bubba up on his shoulders and he ran and ran and ran until he got to safety. But as he was running, he heard other people moaning and screaming, "Help me." And so when he sat Bubba down, he just turned around and ran back in there, and he picked up the next person whose voice he heard, and he carried them, and he ran and ran and ran until he got them to safety, and he turned around and ran back in there. See, as long as there were people in there saying help, he kept running back in there and kept running back in there. He didn't think about he could have been shot. He didn't think, as a matter of fact, he ended up getting shot in the buttocks, carrying people out. But he saved so many people. He got a Purple Heart and got to meet the president. See, he didn't understand why he was there, what he was supposed to do. But he outworked in every scenario. And that's how he elevated in everything that he did. See, if you remember, while he was in there, he started playing ping pong. He didn't just start playing ping pong. He played ping pong all day, every day. He played ping pong against people. He played ping pong against the wall. He just kept playing until he became the best ping pong player there was. He won every tournament. He even got endorsement deals to use people's ping pong paddles and balls. He became the ping pong champion and made money. Not because his goal was to be the ping pong champion. Somebody showed him ping pong, and he just, everything he does, he just keeps doing it and doing it and doing it until he gets the best at it. He was all over the news because one day he just started running. And he didn't just run around the corner. He ran halfway across the world. He just didn't stop running. For months, he just ran and ran and ran. And guess what? People started running with him, and they didn't know why. They didn't know why they were running. They didn't know what they were doing out there. They didn't understand all the facts and the details about it. They just saw a man passionately running. And they thought, man, I don't know what he's running for, but I'm going to run too. And before you know it, he had a whole crowd of people running with him across the world. See, guys, what I'm telling you is you got to start running. You got to run to position yourself. You got to run to allow you the chance to do something different and something special. And you may not understand all the details. And a lot of the people who are going to follow you won't know the details either. But because of your passion, because of your enthusiasm, because of your excitement, they're going to run too. And that's the mode, and that's the mentality you've got to have right now. You got to get up every day, and you got to go out and talk to people. You got to go out and let people know there's a company preparing to launch something special. There's a company has decided it really wants to change the world. There's a company that has taken the medicinal value of vacation and travel and has decided it's going to spread that message of how travel's not just fun. It's not just exciting. It's not just learning about new cultures, new languages, new foods, but it's also about being in one with this universe and truly being able to heal yourself. See, now that we know that vacations has the ability to reduce heart rate, vacations has the ability to lower stress, vacations have the ability to reduce your waistline, which that extra weight around the waist is the cause of so many things, diabetes, all kinds of things, is all because of that extra weight, a lot of which is caused by stress. See, now that we know that travel, it triggers the endorphins that creates happiness, not just in adults, but in children. Children in families that travel are happier. Relationships are stronger. See, when you can spend time with your spouse or significant other, traveling instead of stressing over the bills and what needs to be paid and what has to be done, people tend to stay together. And we could tackle that divorce rate. See, there's so many things travel can touch that nobody ever thinks about. never traveled. She spent all her time trying to raise 4 children by herself, working 16-hour days as a nurse and working private duty jobs on the weekend in people's homes to make sure she could take care of 4 kids. In the summer, she sent us to her mother's house so she could work even more, so she'd have what we needed when it was time to come back and go to school. I was blessed to have the opportunity to take my mother on one vacation, the only vacation she'd ever been on. I took her to Hawaii for 9 days. It was the happiest I'd ever seen my mom. And I thought I had really done something because I made my mother happy taking her on vacation. But if I'd have known that continuous vacation could have even helped or reversed some of the medical illnesses that she suffered from, I would have took my mother on vacation every month if I had to. I would have took my mother on vacation as often as I possibly could. My mother died at 65 years old. Nobody should die at 65 years old. But I believe with everything in me, she'd still be here today if she had gotten to travel more, if she'd gotten to see more of the world. I believe she would have recovered from some of the illnesses, or may not have even gotten some of the illnesses that she suffered from. I didn't know that. But I'll make sure that nobody else goes without knowing that. I'll make sure that nobody else that has an opportunity to change their lives or the lives of anybody else will not know that travel isn't optional. It's mandatory. See, there's some cultures who already know that. And that's why there's so many cultures that have a better quality of life, because these things are blended into their culture. I've traveled all over the world. I've been to probably 85 countries now. And some of those countries take holiday. Holiday is a part of their culture. There's a certain amount of time a year that is set aside for holiday that they travel together as a family. And it's part of their culture. It's not optional. They don't work through it. They take holiday every year. See, that's every other places, but in America, we got 768 million paid vacation days that people don't even take. They're paid days they don't even take, because it's not part of our culture. It's not part of our mindset. Travel has been made a luxury for only the wealthy, and that's not the case. See, you can enjoy travel not just internationally, but just in the U.S. You know, I talk about being to 80, 85 different countries, but what I don't talk about is that I've been to darn near every state. See, everything in the U.S., I've been to just about every one of them. There's very few states I can think of that I haven't been to. And in each of the states I've been to, I've seen amazing and incredible things, and I've done amazing and incredible things. Miami's one of my favorite places. I go to Miami 2-3 times a year. It feels like I'm in a whole nother country. It's such an international market of people with different languages and different cultures, all right here in the U.S. I go to Vegas. See, these are some of the main ones everybody knows about. I go to California. I go to New York. I go to Atlanta. But that's not it. I go to New Orleans. Guys, that's not it. I'm here in Texas. Go to Galveston. Go to Kemah on the water. That's just right here in Texas. I go to Arizona, stayed at the Scottsdale Princess, the Phoenician, one of the greatest spas in the country, in Arizona. What about Colorado? I've been to Colorado. What about Vail and skiing? And we got some of the best skiing in the world right here in the United States. Guys, that's right here. Go to Maine. The lobster. I go to Boston. Anthony's on the Pier. I had a 7-pound lobster at Anthony's on the Pier. Right here in Boston. In the U.S. See, vacation doesn't mean you got to be able to go get on a plane and leave the country and rejuvenate. And you can do that in so many ways, in so many places. See, guys, imagine a company that makes sure that everybody realizes the mandatory nature of travel. Imagine a company that's going to make sure that everybody that's part of that company takes at least one, possibly two vacations a year. Imagine a company that every client we come in contact with, we're going to show them the absolute most incredible way that they can travel for pennies on a dollar, that makes a vacation a reality for every family that does it. Imagine a company that even when economically it is impossible, you could be nominated and win a free trip from that company so that you still get to travel and experience the nature of travel in your lifetime. See, I don't know, but I imagine a company that takes on that mission. Imagine a company that decides that it's going to take the nations on vacation. A company that's going to take those 768 million unused vacation days down to 0 unused vacation days. See, I don't know, maybe you can't imagine it right now, but it's coming. It's coming. We are absolutely about to change the world. The question is, are you? Are you going to position yourself? See, the position you hold in life is in direct proportion to the quality and quantity of service you provide to others. See, when you take on a mission of changing the world, you can't help but change your world. And that's what we're doing. And that's what we're positioning ourselves to do. As I wrap up, I know you guys see me in my fraternity sweater. Tomorrow is our anniversary. November 17th, 1911, Omega Psi Phi Fraternity was founded on the campus of Howard University. And so every year, we commemorate that and we celebrate our anniversary. And most of us will start today and go into tomorrow. And so I want to take this opportunity to any of my fraternity brothers that are in the company to say, happy anniversary, happy Q-versary, Q-Psi, to the day we die. Celebrate the anniversary safely and honor those cardinal principles, manhood, scholarship. You got to make sure that manhood is a priority, brothers. Our families need more than ever for us to be and to lead and to build legacies for our children's children and uplift. We've got to uplift as we go. We got to take people you cannot achieve alone. You've got to continue to uplift and show others how they can achieve along the way. It's imperative that we do that. So I don't want to take all of you into this journey because it is personal for us. So I just wanted to take an opportunity to say happy anniversary to all of my fraternity brothers out there that are in the company or that may get introduced to the company or may get a chance to see this training. It's been an incredible run for me. I've been a part of Omega Psi Phi fraternity since 1986 now, giving away my age. So I'm a 30-plus year brother of the fraternity. And so, guys, I hope you give me that moment to take that time to address something that's personal but not personal, because our fraternity has been active in the community since the day it was founded and always will be a fraternity about uplifting people as we go. So, guys, thanks for joining us this morning. I hope something I said helps you further your cause during this pre-launch. I'm not doing traditional training because this is not the time to think about traditional training. This is the time to run. It's time to do. And so let's go out and make that happen and take our businesses to the next level. I'll see you next time on Winners